The creative scripture reading today is from Matthew 22, verses 1 through 14. Jesus spoke to the people again in parables.
The kingdom of heaven is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son.
He sent his servants to those who had been invited to the banquet and tell them to come.
But they refused to come.
They refused to come.
They refused to come.
Then he sent more servants and said,
Tell those who have been invited that I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and fatted cattle have been prepared. The feast is ready. Come to the wedding banquet.
But they paid no attention.
They paid no attention.
They paid no attention and went off, one to his field, another to his business. The king was enraged.
Then the king said to his servants,
The wedding banquet is ready, but those I invited did not want to come. So go to the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you can find.
So the servants went into the streets and gathered all the people they could find, the bad as well as the good, and the wedding hall was filled with guests.
But when the king came in to see the guests, he noticed a man there who was not prepared. He was not wearing wedding clothes.
How did you get in without being prepared, my friend?
The man was speechless.
Then the king told the attendants,
Tie him hand and foot and throw him outside into the darkness.
Many are invited to the kingdom,
but few are chosen. Many are invited to the kingdom, but only those who choose to receive Christ will come.
So it's good to see you are all prepared for the wedding banquet. You are all dressed up in wedding clothes. And do you see right here we have a banquet table? Do you see our banquet table? So I want to tell you a story today about this Bible verse we just heard, because it's really hard. Wasn't it really hard? Yeah. Grown-ups have a hard time understanding that Bible story. This is one of the stories that Jesus told. Now, I have an old friend, and his name is Ed Stivender. And long ago, here's what he taught me about Jesus and that story. My friend Ed said, well, you know, what people forget is Jesus was a party person. Did you know? Jesus loved a good party. In fact, Jesus was partying all the time. People said about Jesus, you know that Jesus, he doesn't work, he just wants to party. And he wanted everybody else to come to a party. He said, come on, the kingdom is here. It's a great big party. In fact, ask them, the very first miracle Jesus ever performed, do you know where it was? At a party. His mama said, well, we're out of refreshments. We need some more because we want to keep partying. And that's what Jesus did. He made some more wine for the party, didn't he? That's because Jesus is a party person. And you know what else? Jesus had some friends, Mary and Martha and Lazarus. And you know what they did together? They partied. They had a great big party all the time. In fact, Jesus was always saying, you know what? Look around. What do you see? You see people, right? Look at these people sitting around here. Turn and look at somebody next to you. Look at somebody next to you. Those are party people. That's right. Jesus said, you know what? Look out into the sky. Is it beautiful? Yeah. Jesus said, that's what happens when it's a party. That's how you know it's always a party. Because everything looks good when you look out there. You could feel real bad on the inside. But if you hear someone you love laugh, doesn't it make it feel like a party? Even if you haven't felt good all day, and someone you know comes and they give you a hug or they take your hand, doesn't it feel like a party? That's because Jesus was a party person. And so this story is about everybody being invited to the party. But you know what happens sometimes to grown-ups? It's a secret. They do feel left out. That is such a good answer. They do. And you know why? Because sometimes they say, oh, I can't come to the party. I got to work. Did you ever hear that? Oh, I can't come to the party. I'm really stressed. Did you ever hear that? Oh, I can't party right now. I have too many things to do. And Jesus said, come on, don't be a party pooper. There are no party poopers in our party place of heaven. Everybody should always notice that it's great to be alive, that it's great to have little children to laugh with, that it's good to have people to hold hands with, that it's good to notice mountains and oceans and skies, even when the storm rolls across and you say, whoa, that is purple. That's a good color for a party. And in the story today, everybody's invited to the party, and everybody, like all of y'all, they get their party clothes on and they come. But somebody comes, even though he is not wanting to party, he's definitely a party pooper. And he comes in and they say, oh, how come you don't have on the clothes? How come you aren't ready for a party? Here you are. Why aren't you ready? And you know what he says? That's what he says. Because he wasn't ready to party. He wanted to wait. He did. And sometimes there's all the time in the world. And sometimes there isn't. Sometimes you have to be ready always. Always ready. Always noticing the wonder of being alive. Always noticing that there's beauty and children and laughter. And there's good hats and scarves and color crayons. And that's what the kingdom of heaven is like, friends. It's like a really good party. And you're all invited. So show up and be ready to dance. Amen.